Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about the pre-launch sequence. Okay, now what's a pre-launch sequence? You're essentially creating initial buzz about your main launch. Okay, certain products are not going to need a pre-launch sequence. Okay, it just depends on the level of education you need to provide in order to make a decision, or to help your buyers make an educated decision if they should buy your product or not, right? So you're educating the customer on why they need your product. Okay, you're essentially pre-selling them. Okay, so this is unique content, okay, that's going to set up the offer. So this is usually 100% training content. All you're trying to do is get them onto your email list, start to build a pre-launch list, and usually the pre-launch is going to last anywhere between 2 and 7 days. Okay, depending on the price point of your main offer. If you have an offer that's a higher price point, a $500, $1,000, $2,000, you probably need a longer pre-launch cycle just to help build more buzz and educate your customers on why they're going to need your product, right? Just because, again, $1,000 purchase is a much different buying decision than a $10 purchase. Okay, if you're selling a $10, $20, $30 purchase, a pre-launch probably is not going to help you that much, but it doesn't necessarily hurt you. Okay. So what's in a pre-launch? Okay, what elements are you going to need? Either all video or a mixture of the below. So you could offer a free or a physical or a digital book. Okay, software, checklists, mind maps, video training, you name it. Anything that's going to give them some level of education. Okay. So this was a really good example. This was the Total Product Blueprint by Brendan Burchard. This was a really successful launch. This was done probably a year or two ago, but it's they just did a really good job with it. I mean, as you can see, over 1,600 Facebook comments. Okay, you think they built a little bit of buzz before the launch happened? You bet they did, right? So they did he did 3 different training videos, each video talking about a different thing. And even a lot of the information that's in the pre-launch sequence, that's part of their main offer, but he just doesn't give all of it, right? So maybe he's giving 10, 20, 30% of the content that's delivered. He delivers it in the pre-launch area. But obviously people want the full 100%, and that's why people are going to buy the products. Okay, and so you can see just by creating this free content, he is building goodwill with his subscribers, his followers, his visitors. He's just building viral traffic by people commenting and other people coming to see these videos, right? And he's just pre-selling them and getting them prepped for his big launch, when he opens the cart. Okay. Now, there's pros and cons to a pre-launch. Okay. Lower ticket launches, it's not as effective, right? I mean, because like I was talking about before, a $1,000 purchase and a $20 purchase is completely different, right? So you may not even need a pre-launch if you're doing a low ticket launch. Okay. Less participation by affiliates. Now, if you're doing a pre-launch, okay, a lot of affiliates just don't like promoting pre-launches because there's no chance of them buying the products right then and there, right? But when affiliates promote something, they like to be able to promote something and then see the commissions start rolling into their account. Okay, so you need to incentivize them to want to promote your pre-launch. Okay, and you can do that in a number of different ways, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Okay, now a major pro of a pre-launch is building your list really fast, right? If you do a very successful pre-launch, you could have tens of thousands of new subscribers onto your list that you never had before, okay, within a few days, within a week, right? So it's a great way to build subscribers, okay? And it's also instant credibility. It's a great way to build that rapport and build your authority through that pre-launch, okay? Now, these are thirsty buyers, okay, before the cart even opens, right? Because you're pre-selling them and you're prepping them for when your cart opens and your main offer. So they're excited and they're thirsty to buy your products, okay? Here's an example of a pre-launch incentive. So this was I forgot which launch this was. It doesn't really matter. they offered a pre-launch cash contest. So they incentivized their affiliates to promote the pre-launch by doing a few different things. The first thing is they paid $2 per lead with no limit, right? So I mean, the affiliate could have driven 1,000 leads, 5,000 leads, 10,000 leads. It doesn't really matter, okay? As long as they opted in, okay, for whatever the free content was, then they got paid $2 per lead, okay? So you're incentivizing them right there just from the leads, okay? Then they did a contest where they paid out top prize got $20,000 in cash for sending the most leads, okay? So now I don't suggest that you do this unless you really know what you're doing, right? If you've done a few launches before, you're a seasoned marketer, then I would recommend doing this. But if you've never done this before, because the last thing that you want to do is, if you don't know your metrics or have a good understanding of how much you can pay out per lead, then you could be in for a world of hurt where you're paying out all these for these leads. But they're able to do this even if the worst case scenario where the lead doesn't turn into a sale from the main launch, they're still on their email list, which means that they can promote to them time and time again through other offers they have or as an affiliate. So, you're still building your list even if they don't buy the product, okay? But this is a great way to incentivize them. Also, if you do like a lifetime cookie, where if the affiliate gets someone to click the link to a pre-launch page, if they go and buy your product when the cart opens, then they obviously get credit for the sale, okay? So that's what I mean when I talk about incentivizing your affiliates to promote the pre-launch. Okay, so here's an example of a pre-launch sequence. Say the pre-launch is from October 11th to the 17th. Video number one that we're going to release is the blueprints, right? So they'll opt in. We'll promote it, October 11th and October 12th. Okay, then on October 13th and October 14th, we'll release video 2, the opportunity, and then video 3 is the live event. Okay, that's AKA the webinar. Okay, this is your main webinar that you're getting people to register for to obviously buy your product, and that's when you open your cart. Okay, so that's a typical sequence, right? It lasts anywhere between 3 to 7 days, and then on that last pre-launch piece of content, that's when you're trying to get someone to register for your webinar, which is going to be your main pitch, right? Now, you can mix and match this, right? Instead of doing video number one, you could say, hey, you're going to get this free book that I'm going to send to you, right? Maybe you have a goal of trying to get them to get a physical address from everybody for whatever reason. Hey, I'm going to send you this free book. You just got to put in your name and your shipping address, and we'll send this out to you, right? Or we'll also send you a digital copy, right? And then you could do a video a few days later. You could do a mind map, so you can mix and match how you want to. But again, a pre-launch is really going to be beneficial for mid to high ticket. Okay, you can do it for low ticket. You're just not going to see as much bang for your buck, right? For all the work that you put in, because obviously pre-launch can take some time, right? If you're going to be shooting training videos, and especially if you want to do it right, have it professional, you may need to invest some money into creating the professional content, as well as incentivizing your affiliates with some sort of a pre-launch contest. Okay, but again, if you want to go big, if you want to do a 7-8 figure launch, this is the type of stuff that you'll need to do. Okay. So that's the pre-launch sequence, guys. See you in the next video.